Welcome back. Venice's iconic Seaboard is getting a facelift.
Venice Area Beautification Incorporated is raising money now to add more trees and plants along the Venetian Waterway Park right off the Intracoastal Waterway. ABC 7's Christopher Bradley joins us live with more on those improvements. Christopher?
Good evening, Scott and Haley. The Seaboard has been up for this facelift for years, and now the process is beginning.
This is just a wonderful commute. I've been riding it every day since 2010.
David Reynolds is a Venetian Waterway Park regular. He loves the area but wishes there was more shade.
The shade would be nice, but not at the expense of the view.
Reynolds is talking about the view of the water. However, on the other side of the sidewalk is the Seaboard industrial area. This is the view Venice Area Beautification Inc., or VABI, wants to block.
Taller, like red cedars. There'll be some maybe live oak, but all be native species.
The Seaboard area is expected to be turned into a more visual-friendly environment over the next many years. Earlier this week, the first step of that went into motion as the Venice City Council sent to voters a referendum that would move public works to a different location. Meantime, VABI hopes they can spruce up the sidewalks. They commissioned Venice artist Bill Farnsworth to paint what the outcome will look like.
The area all along Seaboard will have tall trees that will create shade.
Farnsworth says the project will not block the view of the water. As for who's paying for it, the initial plan is to have VABI raise the money, which they've done for a myriad of projects around the city. For riders like David Reynolds, some new plants would be great.
Yeah, shade would be nice, but the view is just, beautiful.
Just this week, VABI got the final approval from the city of Venice. They do hope to have the project completed over the next year. Scott?
Christopher, thank you. Florida regulators are being asked to approve a nearly 20% rate hike in the insurance premiums paid by the state's business owners to cover their employees. The organization that submits rate filings on behalf of insurance companies filed the request today. It's in response to a recent state Supreme Court decision. In June, the High Court struck down a law that limited payments to injured workers to 2 years. The National Council on Compensation Insurance is asking that regulators approve a 19.6% rate hike beginning in October. The Office of Insurance Regulation will decide whether to approve that rate hike. The state agency that's supposed to bring new jobs to Florida is now cutting jobs. The Enterprise Florida Board of Directors voting to make roughly $6 million in cuts that include eliminating more than 24 jobs. Enterprise Florida is also shuttering international offices and canceling contracts it has with outside consultants. Governor Scott pushed to reduce spending at the Economic Development Agency after the legislature rejected its request for a $250 million fund that could be used to entice companies to move to Florida.
It's a familiar sight, boats anchored off the Bradenton Beach Pier, but now some are saying they're becoming a safety hazard. As for removing them, law enforcement, well, they say their hands are tied. ABC 7's Adam Cellini joins us with more on this story. Adam.
Scott and Haley, thank you. Tropical Storm Collins sank 5 boats in Bradenton Beach, but several went unclaimed by owners. Now, locals say this is common and leaves the city to spend thousands on removal. For the cost of a cheap sailboat, people can live basically for free in the federal waters off the Bradenton Beach Pier. Those who live on these boats say there's an unfair stigma against them, but when these boats sink or cause damage, local law enforcement have limited recourse. While they can perform onboard safety and registration checks, they say that only goes so far.
There is nothing that says that in our ordinance that they have to fix it. So basically, we could cite them, then they can just keep the same issue going on with that boat, and then next time we come out, we'll just cite them again.
Tonight on ABC 7 at 7, we'll take a closer look at some of the loopholes these boaters utilize and one solution Bradenton Beach is considering to clean up their waters. Scott and Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. The city of Venice wants to make sure all boaters stay safe out on the water. The city has a new life jacket loaner station at the Venice Avenue boat ramp. The police department's Marine Patrol recently received a grant to buy life jackets for boaters who do not have one or may have the wrong size. The station has life jackets of all sizes. Once boaters return to the boat ramp, they are asked to return the life jacket so someone else can borrow it.
For any boater that doesn't have a life jacket, they're missing life jackets, or they get out here to the boat ramp and they realize that they don't have a jacket for one of their infants or one of their children.
Venice is the only city in the area that currently has a life jacket loaner station.
Great idea there. Well, in less than half an hour, a big block party will get underway in downtown Sarasota.
It's part of the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan is joining us live from the party. Bob.
That's right. The boats are already arriving right now here in downtown Sarasota. They got the roads blocked off, and joining me now live is the manager of Gator, Jamie Brester. Jamie, you guys, a different kind of night tonight, but still, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, so it's a new event for the Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix, and we're looking forward to having everyone come down here, enjoy themselves, and have some one-on-one time with the boats and enjoy the block party. So we're all set up, ready to go.
Yeah, it's already getting a feel of almost New Year's Eve, so to speak. I mean, this place is all blocked off. We got a band down there. We got the stage set up for music, and the weather couldn't be better.
The weather could not be better. Yes, now we just need everyone to come down here and enjoy themselves.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. We look forward to it, and good seeing you. Thank you. You too. As far as the weather goes, it is nice. Sunny right now, a few clouds around. We have 90-degree temperatures, although there's a nice breeze down here. Gentleman now just walking by with some shorts on, comfortable, casual guy, Jerry Ball. Say hello, Jerry. How are you? A little trough of low pressure to the north now, some showers just offshore, and I tell you what, it looks pretty good for us here tonight. Again, starts at 6. There's no fee, there's no charge. Just come on down, meet the drivers, see these boats up close and personal, which is always a lot of fun. There are also going to be some other watercraft here too on display through the evening. Back to you guys.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. A chance meeting at an airport is causing problems for Attorney General Loretta Lynch. Speaking at a conference in Colorado, Lynch says when it comes to the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private emails, she will defer to the findings of the FBI director. She has been criticized by both Republicans and Democrats for meeting with former President Bill Clinton on the tarmac of a Phoenix airport. Aides to Bill Clinton and Lynch saying it was not arranged, but Lynch admitted the meeting is something she would not do again.
The recommendations will be reviewed by career supervisors in the Department of Justice and in the FBI, and by the FBI director. And then, as is the common process, they present it to me, and I fully expect to accept their recommendations.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump's campaign is vetting Newt Gingrich and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and as of today, Indiana Governor Mike Pence as possible vice presidential picks.
A big travel day ahead of the holiday weekend. 43 million Americans expected to hit the roads, rails, and skies. And due to those recent terror attacks, officials are stepping up security at airports, bus terminals, and along highways. This year, 36 million people are opting to drive with gas prices at their lowest in more than a decade. The average gallon 50 cents cheaper than a year ago.
So I think it's encouraging more people to get onto the road and start driving.
And if you're thinking of hopping in your car, well, heed this warning. Avoid travel between 3 and 5 o'clock. That's when experts say traffic is at its worst. And speaking of taking a look at traffic on the Suncoast, no accidents right now. I-75 is moving smoothly, but traffic is backed up along US 41 in Sarasota near Fruitville Road. A lot of people heading downtown tonight, of course, for the big block party.
Floridians and tourists are being warned to be on the lookout for travel scams. The Office of Financial Regulation is posting a consumer alert for vacation rental, sweepstakes, and social media vacation scams. You should pay extra close attention to deals that ask for large upfront deposits, request personal information, or ask for fees to be paid by a wire transfer or prepaid debit card.
Summer is a time when people enjoy Florida, come to Florida. Even our own Floridians move from one part of the state to the other, and we ought to try and protect people in the state of Florida from losing money and ruining their summer vacations.
The state office also advises people making vacation or travel plans to be wary of the word free. Check the company's direct website and verify a company's license with the state of Florida. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a holiday tradition that can quickly end with a trip to the hospital.
Up next, some advice on how to safely set off fireworks.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
What they do is they just walk away from the mess that they've created by being irresponsible.
Shipwrecked and abandoned off Bradenton Beach. Derelict boats caused major damage during Tropical Storm Colin. So who's responsible for these vessels? We investigate. I'm Haley Wilkes. We'll have that story plus our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. We back off butter because we're told it's unhealthy, but a new study shows that may not be necessary.
Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how butter may not be as bad as you think. John?
We'll watch showers and thunderstorms and the direction that they'll be taking on this 4th of July holiday.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Florida Leather Gallery.
Money raised during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival allows Suncoast Charities for Children to provide annual grants to the Suncoast Foundation. Since the festival began, more than $20 million in facilities have been built by the Suncoast Foundation across the area, benefiting Community Haven, Children First, Sarasota County Special Olympics, and the Florida Center for Early Childhood.
Florida Leather Gallery is celebrating the 4th of July with spectacular savings. Take 33% off hundreds of styles. Experience freedom of choice with a wide and wonderful assortment of leathers. Freedom from worry with our impressive collection of protected leathers. And freedom from guilt as we proudly offer the lowest price, guaranteed. Plus, free delivery. It's all happening right now. Come celebrate with our Lexperts at our 6 Florida Leather Galleries.
The ability to go to college on a Bright Future Scholarship gave me personally the flexibility to chase a dream. To not have to worry about paying for your college education was absolutely amazing. One step better than that was to leave with no loans. I mean, to start a life, to start a job, to start without having a debt was amazing, and it allowed me to get to where I'm at today.
Amidst the 4th of July festivities, sometimes we forget fireworks are actually explosives. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with information on what injuries can happen and how to avoid all of those mishaps with fireworks. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. On average, 230 people are in the ER each day. That's during the months surrounding Independence Day, according to the U.S. Product Safety Commission. More than a third of those injuries occurred in people between the ages of 25 and 44, and more than 50% of those injuries are burns. Thinking about lighting up some fireworks this 4th of July?
Even a sparkler can burn if you hold it too close to where the fire is burning at. So we see a lot of hand burns, forearm burns.
Emergency physician Dr. Ryan Snitowski explains these are some of the injuries that he's actually seen.
Previous in my career, while I was a resident, I saw a gentleman who put some fireworks in a fire hydrant, and when he went to light it and it wasn't exploding the way he wanted, he went back to check on it and it blew off the top of the hydrant, which went right through his face.
That man, says Dr. Snitowski, suffered a severe injury and was a major trauma patient.
The New York Giants, one of their defensive linemen, Pierre Paul, I believe, lost a finger in a fireworks accident, and he's a professional athlete, so.
Lighting a firework, unless you're a professional, may be hazardous to your health.
We've seen all types of really severe injuries, severe burns, lacerations, amputations. Fireworks can blow up in your face and actually cause you to lose your eyesight.
Fireworks alone can be dangerous, says SMH's Trauma Services Manager Jennifer Sweeney.
Even more so if you're under the influence of any substances. You tend to have slower reaction time and are maybe not thinking through the process.
And if you think mixing your own pyrotechnics unpatriotic, consider this.
Most of them are made overseas because it's cheaper, China, I'm sure.
And this.
As the veterans come in, a drop of a bottle, any sudden noises can make them go off their chairs. Can you imagine with the fireworks?
particularly combat veterans, says Eva Hausschult, canteen manager at VFW 3233 in Sarasota.
Many of them have never gotten over it. PTSD is very serious. Some people just don't realize how serious it is.
Just because it's 4th of July doesn't mean you have a responsibility to set off your own fireworks. I think you can celebrate in other safer ways. My personal preference is go to the professionals, watch a nice fireworks display. Those are much safer. You're watching from a distance, and they're actually, in my opinion, more fun to watch anyway than the ones that you could set off on your own.
By the way, the 4th of July holiday is considered to be your pet's least favorite day of the year. But if you do want to attend the fireworks, we'll have some information on where you can enjoy the public displays on mysuncoast.com. Have a happy and a safe 4th of July weekend.
Thank you, Alex. And kicking off that weekend, ABC 7 chief meteorologist live from our oh, it's crazy out there already, Bob, from the Powerboat Grand Prix block party.
That's right. The block party has started, as you see right now. People are already lining up the streets here. It really begins at 6, but you can come out right now and see these boats are already lined up here. There'll be plenty more. And one of the boats right behind me is a very sleek-looking boat, a catamaran. It's called the War Paint Offshore Racing. And this team in from New Jersey, you guys apparently love this race, right, Patty?
Sarasota was our first race. It happens to be one of our favorite races. We've been racing here since 2005. We like to support the community and the Suncoast Charities for Children. It's a great event.
And you guys go to all over the country, really, for the most part, and this is one of the better ones.
Absolutely. Sarasota has been very welcoming to all of the racers.
So all the way down from New Jersey right here, and we got the throttle man, Danny Crank. Danny, national champions I see right there, 2009, 2010. You guys plan to do some damage out here this weekend?
Yeah, that was with the old boat. We're trying to get this boat back up to that status again, so we've been working real hard, and we're down here to give it a good run and see what we could do later in the year.
This is a really exciting event too, of course. Obviously a lot of boats down here in different classes, keeping track of them on leader. Bob Vesper, the driver. This boat, how fast can it go?
Different water conditions, different speeds.
Right.
The boat can go up to 140.
Wow.
We ran 2 weeks ago in 4 to 5 footers and running around 120.
Is that right? Yeah, I can tell you this, the waves are going to be less than 2 feet out there.
It's going to be flat. It's going to be fast water.
Fast
we're going to run as hard as we can.
We look forward to you guys winning, all right?
Thank you very much.
I always bring that winning championship back to you guys, all right? Thank you guys for coming down, all right? Stay here in a minute. We'll talk more about it a little bit later. But as far as the weather goes, KC Key webcam showing beautiful conditions out there on the Gulf of Mexico. This is a feed of the time lapse of what's going out there. Pretty flat calm out there in the Gulf of Mexico, just off of South Siesta there, and just right there by KC Key, actually. And you can see a few clouds off in the distance. There's not a lot of rainfall around. Typically, big storms are firing up, but those are along the East Coast near Daytona Beach and Orlando. A few showers out there in the Gulf, but they have been weakening as they approach the coast. 1 or 2 of those may hang on later on this evening, but I think this event is going to be okay. Some big storms near Orlando and also into downtown Disney. Showers and storms really firing off the Cape Canaveral. And as far as that line goes off in the Gulf of Mexico, it's fairly intense, but it's weakening, as I mentioned, as it heads toward our coast, and it looks like those storms will kind of miss us here in downtown Sarasota and head up towards St. Petersburg if we see them at all. So come on out. This is the block party right here in downtown Sarasota. Several streets blocked off from 5 Points all the way down to the east. 90 degrees right now, and the heat index at 99, and I can agree to that. It's about 99, yeah. Not quite 100. There's a little bit of a breeze here. The high today was up there in the low 90s. No rainfall to report. And as far as the temperatures go, well, it's cooled in Orlando, 79 there, but still hot here along the west coast. Right on the water, though, it's 85 degrees, and Cortez showing 85 as well. Well, the forecast model tonight, keeping those showers basically offshore through the night. A chance for a few coastal showers in the morning on Saturday, and then inland storms in the afternoon and evening on Saturday night, and then Sunday again. And then we'll see similar conditions on into Monday as far as that goes. Now, as far as the boaters are concerned, we are looking at basically seas running less than 2 feet through the weekend and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast does call for just a slight chance for showers on Saturday and Sunday at 30%. Rain chances picking up a little bit on 40% on Monday and Tuesday. I think by Wednesday we'll get back to more showers and storms coming toward the coast. And you said you like fishing.
I loved fishing until I got into offshore racing.
That's right. Now, you met some of the folks that went fishing just a couple of days ago, the special needs people.
I did. We met the children today and a lot of the adults for at the charities at the meet and greet. And they were elated.
Well, they were elated. They caught a lot of fish, too. I got to show you. We got a little story coming up right now of the fishing event that took place, which is one of the special events of this whole thing right here. Check it out. There's a reason they call it the friendliest catch. For the past 32 years, there has been a lot of friendships made.
Nadia's been fishing with us for years and years, since she was a little baby.
Yes. Kevin, how are you? Good to see you.
Bob.
How are you? Ready to go, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Since its inception, Captain Johnny has been an integral part of this wonderful event, and so has Barry, who was pumped up to catch some fish on this day. And a special thanks goes out to all the Suncoast guides who volunteer their time, and they look forward to this day every year. It's all a part of the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival and is put on by the Sarasota Outboard Club on City Island. And the fishing was hot right at the get-go as Johnny spots some birds diving near the grass flats. And it was first fish on for John, who was one of over 70 special needs anglers out on this day. That's not bad for a first fish, Captain Johnny.
Yes.
Right. Shortly thereafter, Becky hooks up with her own.
Thank you, sir.
What do you think of that, Rebecca?
Okay. That's okay.
There was a nice breeze to keep things cool and a nice bite on with many of the captains putting the kids on the fish, like Captain Johnny Long. And Barry here was pulling in everything from mangrove snapper, trout, Spanish mackerel, and yes, lots of jack. Thumbs up and high fives all around and memories to last a lifetime. The weather was perfect, and so were the friendships made on this day during the friendliest catch.
Which one is which? Boy, it has been fun today. It's the 32nd annual Take a Kid Fishing Tournament for the Suncoast Offshore, and we are having a ball.
I'm over there.
Remember, take a kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
Hey.
And I got to tell you, it was a lot of fun out there. You know, I've been doing it for the past several years now, and the fishing this particular year was unbelievable, and there was a nice breeze, too. Get a look at this fish by Nancy, a 38-inch snook caught right there, and Captain Allen sending this one in. Appreciate that, Alan. Keep the photos coming. And this one from Captain Rick Grassett. Yes, they landed this nice, huge tarpon, and this James gentleman from Austin, Texas, in town visiting. And a lot of nice snook have been caught, I understand, at the North Jetty. A lot of the snook now are kind of gathering up along the area beaches. It is catch and release, just as that tournament was, too. A beautiful day out here, a block party going on with all the big boats right here. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bob. Some breaking news out of Tampa right now. Some areas of Busch Gardens are being evacuated. Several news outlets reporting that an orangutan broke out of its enclosure. Some park visitors are posting updates on Twitter showing the animal in a tree as people below are watching. Busch Gardens officials have not commented on this reported escape or the condition of the animal.
Another big jackpot drawing tonight. No one won the big $390 million jackpot in Tuesday night's Mega Millions drawing. So the jackpot has now grown to $415 million for tonight's drawing with a $286 million cash payout. It's the third largest jackpot in the game's history. And of course, you can see the drawing live right here on ABC 7 at 11 o'clock tonight. Play on, America. Isn't that what they say?
Good that you could, do that as your side job.
He's pretty good at it.
He's pretty good, yeah. Entertainment news is next.
At ABC 7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
On Animal Outtakes, every week, it's a new animal adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes this weekend on ABC 7.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology.
And focus on the Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
A rare honor for Martin Scorsese.
The legendary filmmaker is set to receive the Friars Club Entertainment Icon Award. It's awarded to someone whose accomplishments positively redefine the culture. Scorsese will be honored at the All-Star Bash in New York in September, and he's just the 7th Icon Award recipient in the club's 100-year history.
We're getting a first look at Tom Hanks as hero pilot Captain Chelsea Sully Sullenberger. The movie Sully tells the story of the pilot who performed an emergency water landing of U.S. Airways flight in the Hudson River back in 2009. The 155 passengers and crew members on board were rescued. The film focuses on the aftermath of the landing and the investigations that put Sullenberger under the microscope. The movie lands in theaters on September 9th.
How does a double scoop of ice cream or a hot fudge sundae sound? Pretty good on this hot day. Well, how about on your letters? The U.S. Postal Service is out with a new series of soda fountain favorite stamps. You can now buy the stamps with root beer floats, sundaes, and other classic treats. The stamps were unveiled yesterday at a Nashville soda shop that still serves these desserts. The Elliston Place soda shop was set to close a few years ago, but now the owner has fixed it up and it's back open.
And if he were on Main Street in Sarasota, he'd be doing booming business with the heat out there tonight.
Definitely. Those are very, I always have to go get the new stamps, and these ones are perfect for summer, so I'll be getting these. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease a new 2016 Lexus ES 350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community, with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers, plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.